Oh, there we go. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so I thought maybe I'd just do a live so I could go over everything that I kind of did for Peachtober and kind of like my experience with it this year. I didn't do it last year. Last year I did a different art challenge, which is hosted by Bun, and it's her April art challenge, which she didn't do this year, so that wasn't an option. So I went with Peachtober this year, which is hosted by her name is Sean. Her handle is Furry Little Peach, and I guess if you're new here, I'm Andy. If you're here from another world, I'm also known as Cozy Crone in some realms. So, yeah, let's just kind of break it down. I pulled up the prompt list so I could kind of go through each prompt. I didn't get to all the prompts, but I'm still pretty proud that I got at least like over halfway, because kind of 30 prompts is kind of a lot, especially when you're working and you have kids and are ill. So let's go over these. So the first prompt was B. I had I was inspired by this blue carpenter bee that I had in my window, and I wanted to keep it in a jar, but I think it fell apart before I could get it into a jar, so I thought I'll just draw it in a jar. And then I thought, I'll make it kind of like a spell jar looking thing with some, this is supposed to be green Avertine at the bottom. So I think it's cute. It was pretty, I like this one a lot. So yeah, that's day one. There we go. Hi, Jenny. Nice to see you. Day two was, I think it was Cosmos. Yes, and I had seen a few times this picture, and it was supposed to be from like condensed images from the Hubble telescope, I think. Anyway, however much you want to buy into that, but I just liked how it looked like an eye, and I was like, oh, it's like the eye of God. So then I wanted to do like kind of like an eye, but then I wanted to, for some reason I really was pulled to like do like girly colors, and it's kind of hard to, there's a lot of glare going on here right now. Maybe I'll take it out of the frame, because I just decided what would it look like in a frame. So I just wanted to try out different frames with it, but I like this one. I really did a lot of experimenting with different layering techniques. So yeah, as you can see, the what's going on? Okay, the color palette for it's pretty girly. I mean, but so yeah, and then I seen like there's that trend of like the feminine gaze or whatever, so I decided to call it that. It's the feminine gaze. It's like if God was a woman, that would be her eye, I guess. It also kind of looks like a rabbit eye, like, you know, like a white rabbit. But I did like the background is acrylic wash, and then I tried to save some space so I could do the lighter parts, and it was a lot of acrylic wash. There is I have these cool Stabilo like pastel pencils, which are nice because they're not as messy and they're more precise than like regular pastels. So I liked doing that one quite a bit. It was pretty experimental for me, which I like to use like any art challenge as experiment time. I think a lot of people do that. Day three, I skipped. Well, I didn't intend to skip it, but I just ran out of time. for the whole concept that I wanted to do. I wanted to do a canvas with like kind of like how I did for one of the later prompts you'll see, and I have like all the stuff set aside for it, but I just didn't get to that one. But I wanted to do like some Chinese food, and that was my whole idea. Oh, that was day 4 is grub. Day 3 is sweet. So I did get to do day 3. All backwards. Don't worry. This is kind of like how my brain works. But yeah, so for sweet, I thought, oh, sweet as pie. So I wanted to do pie. And this is a blueberry pie with some ice cream. I don't know. It's kind of hard to get like the lighting. I'm in daylight right now. There, if I turn it, you can see more of the shadows on the ice cream. There we go. And so yeah, I kind of wanted to do like this diner look, but I don't want it to look too dinery. And what I realized is it's really hard to paint a straight line. Even if you sketch the lines beforehand. But I like how they turned out kind of wonky-ish because I think it gives it some personality. I also think it's funny how the piece of pie kind of looks like, oh, Beetlejuice, I forget her name, when she like goes and makes her face all weird. I don't know how it turned out that way, but it's funny. Or like Spy versus Spy, but it's pie versus pie. So yeah, I like this one a lot. I think I'll probably, I don't know, maybe make prints of that. I don't know. Let me know what you think about prints or stickers for any of these. I don't really know what people will be interested in right now. I'm pulling up the prompts again. Oh, and then we had Sprig was day 5. So day 4 was Grub, and that kind of was a fiasco with that one. But day 5 was Sprig, so I decided to do this. It's hard to, this glare is hard with the lighting, but yeah, you can kind of see. Maybe if I hold it over here. There we go. I did this tarragon, and then I was kind of like researching tarragon because I use it a lot, and so I wanted to see like its spiritual or magical properties. And so it says that it kind of helps you like be yourself. And it's kind of funny because it's associated with Lilith, which I didn't know, and so I'm like, oh, no wonder. But and then I just wanted to put a little song lyric in there. I don't even know this song. Oh, thanks, Jenny. We're getting to grow in a minute here. I don't know. I don't know what exact day that was. Okay, so day 5 was Sprig and day 6 was I, and I really like the lyric from this song by this hip hop group Paris, Texas. The song is "Everybody's Safe Until," and there's a part of it that says, "Scythe in my cornea, that's death in my eye," or something. So I liked that, and then it also kind of reminded me, and again, the lighting. I don't know. You can still see pretty good, but if you go on my Instagram, you can see better. There we go. So yeah, and then like this, you can't really tell on, maybe you can, maybe if I do it right. It's shiny. But yeah, I really liked like the comic style. I love to do eyes. I have like a weird affinity for death, so it fits. And yeah, I also kind of liked how that lyric was kind of like, it's like a dead eye, like, you know, you're shooting and you have a dead eye, like you have really good aim. I think that's kind of what they were like alluring to, but I don't know if anybody got that. Maybe not. Maybe that's just me. Like, it's not like I'm friends with them or anything. So Day 6 was I. Day 7 is Crater. And I decided to do Crater with a K, which is a it's like a Greek vessel for the mix wine with water, or like I don't know exactly what they do, but something about wine and like a vessel to hold it or mix it or something. But that's how that turned out, and I don't like it. But I was experimenting again, and I learned that you know, I did an underpainting, and then like I thought it would be cool with the crayon on top of the underpainting, but it wasn't as cool as I thought. And then crayon turned out to be kind of a hard thing to get detail with, and I am just not in love with this one. I do like the whole concept. Like, this is supposed to be a harpy, and I really like harpies. I like the concept of it, but just the execution turned out so wonky that I can't. No, just no, thank you. Let's see here. So Crater, big disappointment there. Dream, I ended up posting a sketch of something that I did not finish for the deadline of submission, but whatever. So this was what I did for Dream. And so basically this kind of a concept, and then I had some more stuff going on up here for what the actual thing was. So this is the whole spread of what it looks like, and I'm gonna write something over here probably. But yeah, I like that one. Liked the prompt, but I didn't really get to the actual. I'll still do the canvas of it, but when we'll get to it, I have no idea. Okay, that one was a pretty simple one. It was simple for posting because I already had done it like way ahead of time. But I had planned to do just more with it, and I didn't get around to it due to life. And so day 8 was Dream. So then we'll move on to day 9, and that's Blue. And so the inspiration behind this one is that I heard this proverb, and I don't know where the proverb is from, but it was like in somebody's reels or something. And basically a donkey is arguing with a tiger, and the tiger's like, the grass is green, and the donkey's like, the grass is blue. And so like they just go on and on arguing, and finally the tiger was like, fine, the grass is blue. So like the moral of the story was like not to just argue with asses, so to speak. But I seen this cute little donkey on this gal I follow, Vintage Unicorn, and it's just like a little 50s figurine. So I was like, I want to draw that. And then I put the grass is blue and so am I. And that's kind of like I have a bluegrass playlist, and that's what I named it. So I thought maybe I could put that as like the thumbnail for it or something. Or if I ever make a CD. Hi, Rachel. But yeah, thank you. I still don't like the crater one, but I guess it was a cool idea. I only seen one other person go with that, so yeah. And then like this, like I'm just looking at it again now. Even though like it's the proportions are like so wonky, I just like what's going on with the nose and the eyes are kind of wonky. I don't know. I still think it looks cool. And yeah, I like to draw with pens. Like I like the different colors and of the materials and everything. Also the like bubble where it like doesn't like quite fill it right. That's kind of weird to me. I don't like that part, but overall I liked him. The next day is citrus. Oh, and for that, I just posted something from an old sketchbook that I couldn't find. Like, I had some honey tangerines that were really good, and I had this whole spread going of just orange things. So I had that in there. If you go on my Instagram, you can see that. And if you don't follow my Instagram already, it's andy.crone. So it's like the same as here, but just with a dot in the middle. And then we have pencil. A lot of people like this one. I thought I would a number 2 pencil, and then I was like, oh, it's funny. Like, wouldn't it be funny if it was like sad because it's not a number 1 pencil? So, I wanted to just do it on like, because it's a pencil. So I wanted to make it like on just something kind of plain. So I used this grid paper. And then I kind of did the shapes all in marker, and then I went over the lines with like why am I blanking on this? A micron pen. So he's cute. I was gonna put him to submit him to somewhere that because of my illnesses I could not get to. I'm a little frustrated with my sicknesses right now, so sorry if I sound like I'm complaining about it. Nest was day 12, and I also cannot find that sketchbook because I'm in the middle of this door over here is my studio, and I'm in the middle of like putting it together. So like this is like part of my studio, but it's like separate. I don't know. And yeah, so I can't find it, but it was just like a little gal, like a little tiny cartoon gal all wrapped up in a blanket, and it says rest is best. And the whole thing with that was like it was just like a cozy day, and I think my daughter was sick and I wasn't feeling that great, and so I was like, I'm gonna draw about it. Oh, so day 13 was ship, and this one I really liked doing. It took a long time. And the main thing is with like collage stuff is getting like things like arranged to look the way that you want, like takes just so much time. And then like picking out the different like patterns. I love how the patterns turned out together. And then I did underpainting of this like neon purple. And then this I just, oh, there's a hair on it. I just sketched out and like kind of glued on there. And the lyrics are from The Strokes. And what, I can't think of the name of the song, but I'll find it if you want to know. And then I did like, in the background, I did like this negative space type of coloring that I've seen people do. And I think that part turned out really sweet. And I liked using these shiny stickers for the spaceships part. I love the little guy peeking out as a handle for the teapot. Like, yeah, I like this one. This is going up in the studio, the new part of the studio for sure. So, let's see. Next day was garden, which Jenny said she really liked this one. So she's in the chat. Shout out, Jenny. He loves the spaceship one. I know I want to do more stuff like this, but it really was kind of inspiring. I liked experimenting on that one too. This is for garden, and I kind of did like. So what I started out with is like I had watercolor marker, and then I kind of did that, and then like, did I do that or no? That's just regular watercolor, and so I used that And then I filled in the negative space with like this cross hatching with colored pencils. And I kind of went over the top with Neocolor pastels. And then this is just stamps. I kind of don't like how the W kind of falls off, but I'm getting learning spacing with my typeface. So that it's really cute. I thought it would be a really cute like seed packet, because my whole like idea was like I wanted to do like native fall like pollinator plants. So that's what we got, some lazy Susans and some asters in there. Oh, with the yellow petals, so Jenny is asking how I did that. So I used a yellow Neocolor, and I just did, and then over the top I did the orange. I just kind of like made a random shape, and yeah. I like that one too a lot. Though my only problem is the W, and that's just me being kind of OCD. Let's see here. I need to like extend my lock screen time just for sometimes, because it is really fast right now. But I had that way for a reason. Day 15 was weather, and I really liked the whole concept of this. I love this cloud guy, the smiling cloud guy. The other cloud guy did not really turn out the way I had imagined. But I love the main cloud guy. So I might just kind of like render around it and then make that a sticker. Just like leave the little icy cloud guy out. But the whole thing was like, it was supposed to be like all the kinds of weather that you could have. I just don't like this little guy. I think it got super messed up because I got a little bit interrupted with snack requests. So yeah, sometimes, your life affects your art. Oh, and then day 16, 15 was weather, 16 was sidekick. So I decided I wanted to do, at first I was going to do a Suzuki sidekick, but I'm really not good at cars, but I did want to practice them. But I decided I never draw my cat, and this would be a good time to draw her. So I did a little portrait of my cat, and she looks like it's like super see-through that way, but if you go like different angles, it's not as see-through. So the little the background I did, like the underpainting is yellow, like bright yellow, and then this is just like some gouache, and then the rest I did with Neocolor, and then I did kind of like an underneath of just her fur, because I wanted to capture like how she's kind of like orange in the light, but like, so I did that in these their highlighter, who does this, Statler highlighter, they're called Text Surfer, but they're neon, they're like highlighter pencils. So that was fun to do. I'm not really thrilled about how the whole background turned out, but I might just like cut her out and then make like a collage with it, and then use the other parts somehow in a different collage. I like her and I like the background, but I don't like them together. I don't know. Wasn't super thrilled with how it overall turned out. I'm glad you guys are in the chat. Feels a little bit like, hello, I don't know your name, but I recognize your handle, so nice to see you. Let's see, blush. Oh, this one was super fun. I was so stumped on like what to do. I didn't want to just like do the color blush, like because that was my main like original thing. I have this piece of paper. It's preserving the pastel on this side. So on the other side, I did this cute little Bashful, who is like my favorite dwarf. My two favorite dwarves are Bashful and Dobie. So Bashful, ah shucks. And then I just kind of used this gray and then like this purple micron for the words here. And then I have like a neon multicolored pencil. Oh, that fell. Okay. But it's like the same kind of a, this is by a different brand though. This is Koh-i-Noor. Koh-i-Noor. And they're magic pencils. So this is like, they have like a neon one. I think it came in a 4-pack, but those are super fun to use. They're one of my favorite supplies for like just messing around in my sketchbook. Let's see. I really should have extended this before. But, oh well, I learned. Day 18 was snooze, and I didn't get to that. Day 19 was candle. I didn't get to that one either. I had I think around those days I had family up, and I also was not feeling too great. So yeah, and this this got a little, some of the pastel kind of migrated. I don't know how or when that happened, but this is day 20, and that's this bulb. A lot of people liked this onion that I did. I just really wanted to do an onion, and I thought about making it like more charactery, but I like the way it turned out. And you can't really see because of, again, the light. Oh, here we go. And then I like the background color with the, like, really makes it stand out, but it makes it look kind of like 90s kitchen decor, but in like a modern way. I don't really know how to say that. Oh, here. I keep forgetting that it like mirrors. Maybe you can see the color better. It still doesn't show. Like there, you can kind of see. And on all my canvas ones, I gotta kind of figure out what to do with the edge of the canvas, but we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll do like recipes, like glue, like collage, like recipes on the side. But I'd like to do like a companion to this one. I don't really know where it's gonna end up, but I love my little onion. I like the red onions too. Like those are probably my favorite onions. If you ever like caramelize a red onion for on like a taco or something, it's so good. Oh, 21 also did not get to. So here's where I kind of fell a little bit behind and a little bit out of it because all the stuff I had going on. But slingshot. So basically, I'll just talk about what kind of my idea was. I wanted to do like a hand. So I was inspired by this James Jean. He did the like poster art for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He's really cool, but he has this little sculpture of like a monk with a slingshot, like a little monk guy, like a little kid monk. And so I was kind of inspired by that, but I was also inspired by like people have these like weird like hands with faces on them and stuff everywhere. I don't know if you've seen that. It's kind of like a skateboard kind of graffiti artist type of vibe. I see that in a lot of those kind of realms. And so I wanted to do it like, like this would be the slingshot, and then like you'd have like an eye like coming back, that was my idea, but I didn't get to it. I still will probably do that at some point, but yeah. Tunnel I didn't get to, message I didn't get to. I feel like I'm like in this middle part. I'm like, oh, there's so many I didn't get to that I had like actual things for. Message I didn't get to, but I totally have stuff and intend to still do that one. Like after whoever knows when it'll get done. Wand I also had like a concept for, but I didn't get to. Uh, and then we had day 25 is when I kind of got back into it. And I did, I could only think of SpongeBob when it came to like coral. So I was like, oh, let me look up and see like what kind of coral is going on SpongeBob. So this is my SpongeBob fan art here. And the episode is Patrick Smart Pants. And so I really, all the whole episode is like he puts a different brain on because his like head falls off or whatever, and so he puts on one of these and they like make him smart. But I liked doing learning how to do these like flowers. So this is the first one that I did. I was like, it still looks pretty good, but like I think there's supposed to be more petals or whatever. And then so yeah, this is a lot of different media going on here, and I really liked learning, like kind of practicing the SpongeBob style typography. That was fun. So that one was really fun. Oh, also with this one, I used alcohol markers. I was trying to do like blending, and it didn't really blend the way that I thought. But I just have like a small set of alcohol markers that my mom got. I think she got them for my daughter, but they're alcohol inks or they're alcohol markers, so I don't really feel safe having her use them. So I kind of took them. But that's okay. At least somebody's using them, right? And let's see. I don't know how long this is going to be. We have a few left. Oh, Ladybug. Okay, I loved the Ladybug one. I have this little bug sketchbook my mom got me, and I've been kind of filling it slowly. My plan is to fill it with bugs, and then have it just be just a bug sketchbook. So the first one I have in here is like this little aphid guy, or some kind of leaf bug. I'm not really sure the name. I should put the names on there. But then I wanted to do like just, I knew there was other kinds of ladybugs, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna look up. And I really liked this 18 spotted one. And yeah, so that's what I did for ladybug. It said that they live, kind of in Europe, and they tend to live in like pine forests, but they can live in bogs. And I didn't even see that until like after I was done, and I was like, oh, it's perfect. So yeah, the underneath is just a watercolor marker, and then I did some like micron pen for the eyes and kind of the shadows, and then the dots are acrylic marker. So I like how that turned out. I'm gonna try and do more bugs like that, like with the more mixed media, because I think this one that I did last was just nail color and then micron pen. So yeah, I'd like to mix up stuff a little bit more for my bugs. I love bugs, and they're one of my favorite things to draw. The next day was Pond, and that one was an old one that I did actually have the sketchbook for. So I've been using these. These are ugly books, sketchbooks, and they have like such nice colored paper. It's just nice and thick, and it's just kind of fun to work with a different color of paper because it gives you like a different kind of a vibe. But yeah, so I had this frog study I did, I don't know, last year or the year before, and I was like, well, I'll just post that for Pond because it's where frogs live, and there's some, lily pads and stuff in there. Had some fun like layering the different elements without having them be like super, like, I don't know. They're just layered. We'll just say that. Let's see here. And then we have float. Oh, day 28 was chomp. And the concept that I had for that is they used to have, like, I don't know if anybody else remembers these. But they used to have like little robots at like diners and stuff. I don't know. They had one at a diner here anyway, and I remembered that from when I was a kid. And it would like, you'd put the penny in its hand and then you'd like press the hand down and then it would like eat the penny. I don't know. I wanted to do that, but I'll probably draw him later. It has like a name and I don't even know. Maybe I'll probably order one because that just sounds fun. But yeah, this is what I did for float. And again, with the light, maybe if I do this. Oh, there you go. But yeah, so I wanted to do like a root beer float kind of a thing, but I made this one a strawberry float. And I like how the ice cream turned out. Not really over the moon about the mug. I don't think it's that bad, but I think I could have did better with how the lines are. And I don't think I was feeling that great. Like I wasn't feeling terrible that day, but I wasn't feeling all that good. And the thumbnail sketch I couldn't find that I did, but I liked that. There was something about in that I liked better for the mug than how this was, but I also like how it's like this is super 3D and this is super 2D. Like I don't know. It turned out pretty good. I like doing ice cream, if you couldn't tell. I think it's like the food version of clouds. That's probably why I like it. Moss, that one, you'll have to just check up on my Instagram. That was the last one that I did. I haven't done spooky yet because I plan on doing that over the weekend. But it's like these little rocks all together. I had done that way like during lockdown. So it was kind of when I was starting to get back into art again. And I just love it. Looked like, like a sprout of like Stonehenge or something like that. It's so funny. So I like that. Jenny is asking which one took me the longest. I would say the spaceship one took me the longest. The quickest one, I don't know what the quickest one was. Probably the pencil one was the quickest. And that one's pretty easy. I don't know, between the spaceship one and the cosmos one, those two both took a pretty long time. They took they both took a couple of days to finish because I started the cosmos one like right after I finished the bee. And that one didn't take very long either. But yeah, the pencil one, this is probably the quickest one. The funnest one, I think I had the most fun doing the ladybug, the onion, and the garden one. This your personal fave. So yeah. Oh, and I did have a lot of fun, even though this one did take a really long time. Just because, but it didn't take as long as the other two, but because I had to layer so much to cover up this, you can probably still, I don't know, maybe not on camera, but you can, like in person, still kind of see faintly the lines behind it. So I had to do like a bunch of layers just to cover that up with acrylic. So that took the most time. And it was pretty simple, but it just was like waiting for the paint to dry. It took forever. But yeah, so I didn't get to all the prompts like I said, but hopefully, you know, I still find the prompts to be inspiring, and I would like to do them like throughout the next month or so. I do want to do like some other, maybe do something like this a little bit more often, and like I don't know if some of you saw, maybe I don't even know how long ago it was, maybe 6 weeks ago or so, I did like a little cutout thing on Instagram. I don't know if I should just keep that as an Instagram thing or do it on YouTube, but I'm thinking about just doing it on YouTube more. I would like to make a few more videos on here. Not really sure how it's gonna go, but there's things in the works, and I don't want to talk too much about the things in the works. So, because I don't know if anybody else gets like this, but it's like once you say it, it's like less likely to actually get done. I don't know if that happens to other people, but it happens to me all the time. Yeah. So, and like you said, if you still, Jenny said she still has a few to wrap up. Like, I don't think the whole point is like just to get creative. And I'm so glad that and thankful that people host these, because would I ever host my own? Probably not. Like, it seems like a lot of work. Like, I could see if you were like a full-time artist and like that's all you did and that was your job and you could take off the time and it's like it's part of your job, like that would make more sense. But I don't think right now I would ever be in a position to like host a art challenge. And if I did, it would be like a week long. It definitely wouldn't be like a month long one. So there is another art challenge coming up called Folktale Week that I'm thinking about. I'm just kind of trying to figure out if I have the time to do it. Yeah, which now it's kind of really slowing down with other things, but yes. I guess it's time to go. It's been about 45 minutes, so I think that's a good amount of time. You don't want to be too long and you don't want to be too short. So thanks everybody for coming. And I guess if you're watching this after, thank you for watching to here. If you got to this point, you can hit a little like. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll be on Instagram. Also, after this is done, then I'll probably go into and put in the comments or the description on YouTube Sean's Instagram, so that if you are interested in doing Peachtober next year, or just want to see what other people did for the prompts, then you'll have a place to find that. So awesome. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.